Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Fourth Quarter Life. In this episode, we're going to go over to Pensacola, Florida, and we're going to do a walkthrough of one of my favorite stores in the Pensacola area. Going past landmarks like the Pensacola Beach sign and the famous graffiti bridge, you end up at Hyperspace Toys near the airport in, downtown Pensacola. And even though it says on the front of the store, comics, games, horror, sci-fi, this is first and foremost, it's a toy store. And if you're into toys at all, this is a great place to come. I love just coming and looking around at everything because the variety is really cool. They've got something from just about every toy line. If I'm looking for something in particular for either a gift or just if I'm jonesing for something for myself, I usually can find something pretty cool here. There are enough games here to make it interesting as a video game collector as well. If you're interested in primarily games, there's plenty to look at when it comes to video games and video game accessories. You're never going to leave this store empty-handed unless you just feel like leaving empty-handed. Every time I've come, I've picked up something. And sometimes it's just one game, sometimes it's a figure, sometimes it's a handful of games. But what I like about it is I think their prices are generally good. They are generally under what you could get the game for on eBay, which I think is great because a lot of toy stores and especially a lot of game stores love to look at eBay and price it at eBay or maybe even a little bit above. And I think that's probably not the greatest strategy when it comes to collectors. Maybe for the casual gamer, they don't mind if they pay a little bit extra for a game. But as a collector, if I want to pay eBay prices, I'll go to eBay. But I always try to support local and regional mom and pop shops, game stores before I go to eBay. So anyway, every time I'm visiting Florida, there's a few different stores that I hit, and Hyperspace Toys is always one of them. I did actually pick up a handful of games, and I'm going to show those at the end. So stick around if you want to see what I got. I kind of went a different direction that I thought. You know, when you go looking at toy stores and things, you wonder, what am I going to get? Well, this wasn't what was on my list right up front, but it's what I ended up with, and I'm really happy with it. So anyway, I'll show all that at the end, but in the meantime, you can see the variety on the shelves. Everything from loose figures to tons of carded figures, vintage to new. They are subdivided throughout the store. You have a DC section, you have a Marvel section, here's a pirate section. Here is I guess you call it the horror section and the movie section blending into the Star Wars section. Pretty good sized Star Wars section. A lot of the black figures, or the Black Series figures, I should say. A lot of pops. Lord of the Rings, that gift set almost went home with me. It did not, just because I didn't feel like dragging it all the way back home, but the price was decent. The only reason was I just didn't think I needed to try to find a place to store that in my house. But these cases full of loose, old, random figures are just fascinating to me. I can stand here and look at these all day long. I actually have a few of these that are in here, and I've seen quite a few of these at different toy shows, and again, the prices are pretty good, but right there, this Cylon Raider and the Colonial Viper from the original Battlestar Galactica 1978 series. I actually got those for Christmas in 1978, and I have a picture of me playing with those, and if I can find it, I'll scan it and I'll pop it in right about here. But man, I hope I can find it because that's a great picture and it kind of ties in. I wish I still had those. But look at the variety. It's everything. Board games, Transformers, it's Marilyn Monroe, it's Batman, Superman. But I'm just going to kind of shut up and let you look, especially at all the Transformers. Man, I wish I had the rights to the Transformers music, because popping those in here in a minute, you forget how many waves, how many years they've been making Transformers. And I am a Transformers collector. I have a pretty good G1 Transformers collection. There are a few other Transformers characters that I like to collect. I collect Soundwave. I collect Skywarp. I used to collect all the Optimuses. I don't necessarily collect all the Optimi anymore because there are just so many different Optimus Primes than Deluxes. And again, It's all about storage for me at this point. Where do I put this stuff? But you can see they have new. These are the newer, the Legends, and the newer ones that you can kind of find on the store shelves within the last 5 to 10 years. But then they also have a large selection of the older stuff. They've got the Michael Bay Transformers from the movies. They've got all the animated stuff. They've got some of these G1s. But that's just part of it. I mean, they even have comic books. I don't really highlight the comic books here, but I do like comics, and they had a pretty good selection of comic books, I'll say. But all the turtle case was pretty amazing. And they have a He-Man case. They have a G.I. Joe case. I really don't collect either of those, but the turtle case was just amazing to me because I do remember when the Turtles came out brand new, and the fact that they're still as popular today as they ever were is just amazing to me. Always liked the vehicles. That Naboo Starfighter used to be a Toys R Us display. It's pretty neat. Back to the reasonable, if you just like collecting figures, loose figures, these figures were anywhere from a $1 or $2 all the way up to $15, $20 depending on the popularity. They got the girl stuff, the Barbies, you've got die-cast, you've got Hot Wheels. Lots of crossover stuff. You'll have Hot Wheels based on Kiss and Hot Wheels based on, music or even video games. They had the Mario Hot Wheels, which were really kind of almost going home with me. This Pokemon Master Trainer game is one that I've always wanted, but it was a little pricey. All these were a little pricey for me. But that's pretty much across the board with anything Pokemon and almost anything gaming related these days. Lastly, you're looking at the consoles. They had a lot of really cool limited editions and some variation consoles. You got vintage, Saturn, Genesis, all the way up to the newest stuff. In their cases is where they keep the very best stuff. And this is kind of what you see right when you walk in. This case has the top notch, the higher dollar things. They've got some complete in box, but they also have a lot of sealed stuff. And this is where it would be. Sega. I love Sega. Ended up with a whole bag full of goodies that we will take a look at in just a few minutes. Thank you to Hyperspace Toys. So heading home to take a look at what's in that beautiful blue bag. I just like to say that Hyperspace Toys in Pensacola, Florida is highly recommended. If you're a toy person, it's an obvious choice. But even for video games, the selection is high enough that you will find something that you either want or need, and it will make your day. But for now, let's go back to the house and take a look at what's in the big blue bag. All right, guys, I'm back at home, and now we can take a quick look at what I picked up. Like I said, it wasn't exactly what I went in for, but they had a really good deal on this stuff, so I picked it up. But first, we'll start with a couple of Xbox games. I got an Amped. This is the not for resale version. Turns out I didn't have that. I thought I did. I didn't. This is the Tetris Worlds and Clone Wars combo. There are two different versions where it says promotional. Basically, I've got a disease, and because they're different, I count them as two different variants. So I got that. Those are the first two. And then this is kind of what I wasn't expecting. I talked about these on my recent Xbox Complete Collection video, which I will post down below. I'll put a picture of it right up here. I bought about 20 of these official Xbox magazine game discs. They range from number 13 all the way up to number 56. No duplicates, but I've always wanted to collect these, but I can't find them for a good price. And I was able to get these for under $2 a piece. So even at shows, it's rare to come up with something with them that cheap. So anyway, grab those. And then they also had a small stack, not a lot, but they had a small stack of some of the plastic cased versions. But these are later. These are when it became kind of the Xbox 360 official Xbox magazine. So these were $2 a piece, and they range from number 76 all the way up to number 91. So anyway, pretty neat. I think I've decided I want to try to get all of these, both in the plastic case and in the envelope. So that's just a whole nother can of worms that I've opened. And then I picked up exhibition number 5. Picked it up for, it says $7, but I think I got it for $5. So, it's nice. I like these. I only got about 4 of them, so I think there were 7 total. So I need a few more. But anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching the video. Hyperspace Toys is a great place to go. Pretty decent prices, friendly staff. Always have a good time when I'm in there. They're always smiling. They got the fun music on. So please go. Remember to support your local shops first, and then go to eBay if you have to, if you're looking for that specific thing. But a lot of times your local shops can help you out. That's going to do it for me. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for hanging in there. If you've watched this far, I'd love a like or a subscribe. Put those up there. Have a great day. We will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.